Hello, what is up, you geeks out there? My name is Menak and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Get Certified. We are going to continue with our concepts of the data objects and about different types of ABAP types. We are going to continue from where we left off in the last video, where we were talking about the different types of literals which are available. Literals are basically, as I was telling you, they are unnamed data objects with fixed values and created in the source code of the program, and their values cannot be changed. Before starting, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you are liking my videos. It really motivates me to make more videos. There are three types of literals which are available to us that are defined in the ABAP runtime environment. So let's jot it down. So three types available. There you go. So the first type is the first is the numeric literals. So that's numeric literals. The next is the text fill literals. So there we go, text fill literals. And the third type is string literals. String literals. So let us see what each type is, what each type of literals actually means. So let's start with the numeric literals. So you define numeric literals with a sequence of digits that may contain a plus or minus sign. That is, but then the sign is not mandatory. The numeric literals represent the valid number ranges defined within the predefined data types. So the numeric integer literal has a range value, has a value range anywhere between -2 to the power 31 plus 1. So to plus 2 to the power 31 minus 1. That is a value. So let me jot it down. So it's 2 to the power. There you go. So minus there you go. Sorry. So 2 to the, there you go, minus 2 to the power 31 plus 1 2 to the power 31 minus 1. So to assign a numeric literal to a variable, you do not need inverted commas. So single quotation marks like these ones are not necessary. So around the numeric literal. So let's give you a quick example of how to write a literal. So there you go. So you use the right keyword. So there's right, and then say for example you need to declare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do not need an invert comma to actually declare a literal. So that was a numeric literal. Let's talk about a text fill literal. So basically, text fill literals are defined in the program with a sequence of characters, and we use a single invert comma. So the text literal can be anywhere from 1 to 55 character lengths in length, and is of data type C. And the trailing spaces in the text fill literals are ignored. So the following let's write it down directly. So here is an example. Right. Let's take an example. Say text literal. There you go. So this is one of example of text literal definition. So remember, guys, you use the inverted comma unlike the numeric literals, and the trailing spaces in the text fills in the text fill literals are ignored. So there you go. So you use from 1 to 55. So this, if you're thinking why we use plus 1 and minus 1, just in case, we use it because we start counting from 0 in programming languages and not 1. So when you use a negative sign, we use plus 1 because to actually count the 0, and use a minus 1 because we count from 0. So to to uncount the 0, let's put this way, so we use a -1. Okay, so let us talk about the third type of literals which are available to us, is a string literal. So basically the string literal is defined as a sequence of characters enclosed within backwards. So the sign would be this. There you go. So this would be the sign of a string literal. The length of the string literal can be up to 255 characters, exactly like the text field literal, and is of data type string. So the trailing blanks in the string literals are not ignored, unlike with the text literals. So say for example, let us just to show you an example, let us try and define a string data object. So let's use, well, we are going to use it, so let's keep it out here. So let's put down right, there you go, sorry, right, and then let's use the colon mark, and then let's use an example, say a string. So a string literal. So remember guys, unlike text field literals, the trailing blank spaces in the string literals not ignored, and it's of data type string. Okay, so let us the next concept we are going to talk about are constants. Let's cons. There you go. Perfect. So what are constants? Constants are named data objects that have fixed values and are defined statically within using a declarative statement. So you define constants, as you have guessed, is quite easy. We use the statement. We use the keyword constant and assign the value to the data object with using the value keyword. So we can use the value statement in addition to constant to declare a constant data object. So the value of constant cannot be changed during the entire execution of your program. So if you try to change the value of the constant, what will happen is the system will pop up a runtime error. So I mean it's just well, it's better that you use constants instead of literals in the program. So it's like it's SAP recommended. Donc sorry. Donc is in French. I'm sorry for my French mix up. Alright, so let's see a small example. Let's say constants, and let's declare a small constant. So say constant a number, and we'll take a type as let's take type P. So P is what we call as a pack number. So we'll declare our data object as type P, and let's take an example. Let's take decimals, just to use a variety of keywords into our constant, and let's use a keyword value to actually assign the value the values. Let's use 123.123, and then let's give a well. Just let's have a look at another constant. So we use right. So let's. Oh my God. There you go. Okay. So let's use another variable. Let's declare another variable. Let's call it city. Let's use the type C this time. As a matter of fact, let's C stands for character. So we need to specify the length. There you go. Length 10, and let's use the value of Berlin. Say for example. There you go. So this is how you define. This is how you would define a constant. Oh, wow, there you go. Perfect. Next, let's talk about the text symbols. There you go. So text symbols are another kind of named object and belong to a specific program. Well, text symbols are generated from the text pool in the ABAP program when you start the program. And program titles such as headings, selection texts are text elements of the program. The text elements of the program are stored as text symbols in the data object. So the text symbols are stored outside the source code in the text pool repository object of the for the program actually. So text symbols can be translated into different language and stored in the text pool of the with the language indicator. The program or selection screen uses the text symbol to display the text, and text can be used in your logon language automatically if the text symbol is maintained for the logon language. And the text symbols are of data type C and can be accessed with a 3-character alphanumerical ID. Let's call it. So well, to access the text symbol in the program, so you would need it to address let's give you just a small example. You would need it to address as text, and then your say like your number. So let's put it $X, just to mention that the $X is the text ID for the text symbol maintained in the text pool repository for the program. So well, let me show you directly where we can access the text symbol to do that. So this was our sample program which we have been using since the starting of our video tutorial. So let's go to and then you go to text elements, and then you have text symbols right about here. There you go. So this would be our text symbol, and this would be our text. This would be our ID more accurately. So this would be our text. All right, perfect. So let me like show a quick example so that you have an idea how a text symbol looks like. So so let's write text. Let's give the name of the ID as 001. As a matter of fact, you can give it any value. So let's use another. So let's use right. That's not what. It's right. Let's use our. Okay. How do we do this? That's right. Okay. This is an English text. There you go. So and we give the text ID as 002. So there you go. It's a simple example of how to use a text symbol in ABAP code. Well, before the end of this video, let us quickly cover another important data object which are predefined or data types, data objects more precisely. So well, what are predefined data objects? They are the ones which are always available during the runtime of the program. They're not required to be declared in the program. So predefined data objects are also sometimes called what are called system variables. The system variable, well, let's talk about as, say for example, sy. So the system field sy is a structure with the ABAP dictionary and data type syst. So the system fields sy are automatically filled and updated by the runtime environment. Guys, if you remember in the previous video, we were seeing in the ABAP just right, the top on the top screen there were two fields, one of which was system tabix sy dash tabix, and the next was sy dash subrc. So those are the system variables. More precisely, so system fields are variables and can be changed during the execution of the program, but it's highly recommended that we do not do it because it is SAP standard. So let's have a look at quickly have a look at this database table. So that's let's use syst. So display. So there you go. So this is the structure of the ABAP dictionary syst. So we are going to continue with our ABAP types and data types in the next video. And thank you guys for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one, guys.